business. A life-changing business. And what is that? SWIFTtrip. In SWIFTtrip, we are not telling you we are coming to build a business that is going to operate for 10 years. Neither are we telling you we are coming to build a business that will operate for 20 years. No, sir. No, ma. We are building a life-changing business. A business that will be in existence even when we are no longer in existence. A business that will change our lineage, that will transform us. That is what we are coming to build here. That is what we are coming to build here. And if you can see the screen, this screen alone will tell you that this business we are building has to do with what? Transportation. Because the screen, or the pictures you're seeing on the screen, has been able to explain the business to a certain extent. That what we are building here is a transportation business. We are building the next level of innovation that is going to change our life for good. Look at the cars. Look at the aircrafts. Look at the luggages. Look at the name SWIFTtrip. Look at this is massive. Let us look at all of the things we'll be discussing today. Now, we'll be looking at what is this business, SWIFTtrip. We will be looking at where we are as we speak today, and also how our customers who are not shareholders of the business are going to benefit from this business. Just by what? Just by patronizing the company. And then we will look at how you, as an owner of this business, will benefit from this business. You, as an owner of this business, you are known as a subscriber or a co-owner or a pioneer, whichever word I use, or a shareholder, whichever word I don't know. You should know that I'm talking to you seated here today. I believe we understand. Thank you. Now, the very first question is, what is SWIFTtrip? We want to know, what is this SWIFTtrip? Now, we say SWIFTtrip is a Web 3.0 decentralized mobility and commerce and also hospitality service providing business. I will take that again. SWIFTtrip is a decentralized mobility, commerce, and hospitality service providing business. That is what it is. We are building what? A mobility business. What is mobility? Movement from one place to what? Another. And in SWIFTtrip, the mobility we are talking about is in two types. It's in two phases, of which we have the road transport and also what? The air transport. These are the two kinds of mobility in SWIFTtrip. And guess what? All of the services embedded in SWIFTtrip are built on what? Web 3.0. What is Web 3.0? The newest version of the internet. The latest era of the internet. That is Web 3.0. How amazing, how unique, how good it is that you and I are coming to be part of those persons that will build services on what? The Web 3.0. That is decentralized. What does that mean? It simply means it gives you and I the privilege to what? Own this app in totality. That we do not need someone's validation in order to perform transaction. We do not need to call admin to say, admin, please do this. Confirm this string. I want to place withdrawal. Confirm it. No. You are in control. Anytime you want to place your withdrawal, you place it. Anytime you want to perform your transaction, you perform. You don't need anybody's validation. You don't need a middleman. That is the beauty of what we are doing. That is the beauty of what we are building. A robust platform for what? Robust services. An echo chain business. What does that tell you? It simply means you, every one of us that are shareholders of SWIFTtrip, we are connected in one way or the other. Nobody is just coming to say, nobody told me about SWIFTtrip, I'm just alone. If we look at this SWIFTtrip for all the 11,000 plus shareholders we have today, from the first person, it's connected to another person, connected to another, connected. That is how we are able to get this 11,000 plus. It's an echo chain. We know how chain looks like, right? It is connecting to each other. That is how SWIFTtrip is a closed system. We are all what? Connected to each other. Now, let us look at the next slide. Remember what we are building what? Is a robust platform for robust services. Now, what are these services? These are services that is capable of what? Changing your financial blueprint. Services that is capable of elevating you. Changing your life for good. Those are the services. Services that is coming to make you what? A decillionaire in dollars. A trillionaire in dollars, a billionaire in dollars. Those are the services we are rendering. Now, you will ask, what are they? Let us look at them. What are SWIFTtrip core services? What are the services of SWIFTtrip? You get to know? Let's look at it. We said, our core services are as follow. The aviation, the e-taxi, the e-commerce, the logistics, and what? The hospitality. These are our 5 unique services. 5 amazing what? Services that will leave you and I excited. Do you know why? Because of the opportunity it presents to both the young and the old. It's going to leave us what? Excited. Because these services we are rendering, these 5 services, is going to make us what? Wealthy. I'm not saying rich. There is difference between being rich and being wealthy. A rich man will accumulate money. But do you know what do people do? They create it. SWIFTtrip is going to what? Make you and I wealthy. Sir, do you want to be rich or you want to be wealthy? Wealthy. If there is another adjective I can qualify that is bigger than wealthy, I will use it. For now, I don't know. If you know, you can also help me. So, these are the services we are building. Aviation, e-taxi, e-commerce, logistics, and hospitality. All of these built on what? Web 3.0. Built on Web 3.0. Blockchain. Now, let us explain all of these services. Let us explain all of these services one after the other. Now, this is it. When we're talking about the aviation, you can see that in SWIFTtrip, we are coming to own what? Our own airports. It simply means every nation of the world, SWIFTtrip will have its what? Own airport. Amazing, and congratulations to you that is here today, that you are coming to be an owner of what? An airport with a little token. A little token. That is what? The power of collaboration. That is the power of collaboration. Examples of aviation businesses. We have the Airpeace. We have the Air Rig. We have the Value Jet. We have the, what is it called? Emirates. We have a lot of them out there. These are examples of what? The aviation business. Then if we look at the e-taxi, what is that? We have examples like the Uber, the Bolt, the InDrive. These are examples of the road transport that we know. These are examples of what? The road transport. We have a lot of them that you can book at the comfort of wherever you are. With your mobile phone, with your device, you can just book for a ride. A driver will come meet you at where you are and take you to where? Your destination, to where you want to go to. That is amazing. And we are calling you, listening to us today, for you to come what? Be part of this business. For you to come what? Be a co-owner of what? This business. Now, let's look at the next one, the e-commerce, electronic commerce. This is, first of all, commerce means buying and selling. And once it's brought to the online space, it is known as what? Electronic commerce, e-commerce. It simply means in this platform, you as an owner of this business, you as a shareholder, you as a customer, you can buy and sell anytime. Even if it's in the night. You can buy and do what? Sell. It's more like you owning a shop in the app. An online word shop where you can buy and sell. And Whenever you purchase something, yeah, on the e-commerce platform, okay, examples of e-commerce platform, we have what? Amazon. Can we name them? Jumia. Which other one do we have? Which other e-commerce platform do we have? AliExpress, 1688, Temu, you said what? Konga, yes. There are a whole lot of them out there. These are platforms where you can buy and sell. And like I was saying, by the time, let's assume you bought this bicycle now. If you buy this bicycle, do you know that you've created another problem that needs to be solved? What is the problem? How can this bicycle get to my house? Isn't that a problem? It's a problem. But in SWIFTtrip, SWIFTtrip still helps you what? Solve this problem. That is where what? The logistics comes in play. Look at it. The logistics what? Takes care of it. SWIFTtrip logistics. It will help you take that your product you've gotten or you bought to where? To your location. To where you want it to be. Maybe you bought that bicycle, you want to gift it to your granddaughter or your grandson. It will just do what? You give the dispatch rider your the location of where that child is. They will just take you to that place. You don't need to stress yourself. Start carrying bicycle on your head or anywhere now to go or drop at the location. Swift technology, I say Swift technology. The Swift logistics will do or take care of that. Examples of logistic business, we have the UPS, we have the DHL, we have the God is Good logistics, and lots of them out there. Then the fifth service you are rendering is what? The hospitality, which we call what? Swift Homes. These are the 5 services we are talking about. This is not a hospital, but rather this is a hotel. Hospitality, where you accommodate what? People. Stay at what? The comfort of your home. What do they call? What is Swift calling its hotel? Swift Homes. Do you know that there's difference between a house and a home? A house is where you get shelter, and a home is what? Where you are what? Who can help me? It's a place of what? Belonging. You belong here. That is what it tells you. So SWIFTtrip is going to what? Give every one of us that comfort, a place of belonging. Not just a place to rest our head. It's a home. Swift Home. So these are the services we are rendering. Of course, we know a lot of hotels in the world today. Is there any country that does not have a hotel? I doubt. I doubt. So these are the services we are what? Rendering. Now, you are going to own all of these services. All of these services. And today, from all of these 5 services we've shown to you, today we can proudly tell you or show to you that we've been able to secure our land, of which we'll be erecting our own structure. One of the reasons why we needed shareholders, or one of the reasons why we still need shareholders, is for the setting of our administrative offices in every part of the world. That's one of the reasons why we need shareholders. Some people say, why do we need shareholders? Why do we need shareholders? For the what? Building of our administrative offices, and also for the Swift Homes. That is the reason why we need shareholders. The fact that you are able to secure this thing, is it with the CEO's money? Was it with the CEO's money? No, it's a collective effort. Money from the shareholders. That's why we are able to get, where would the CEO get 900 million naira from in order to secure the land? It is your money, my money, every one of us money that we've been able to what? Secure the land. And we are looking at erecting the tallest building, which is 20-story building in River State, Port Harcourt. It's going to be the tallest building. If you're clapping, clap. Thank you very much. It's not easy. I remember when we started with just 66 shareholders in 2021, 21, 22, 23. We were how many shareholders? 66 shareholders. But today, we are 11,000 plus. And some persons will look at it and say, we are not growing. Sir, we are moving. I think the last time I checked it, it was 11,400 and something. I don't know what it is today. So, congratulations to you and I. Congratulations to every one of us for how far the Lord has brought SWIFTtrip. And I want to tell you that this is just the beginning. In short, we've not started. Now, let's look at the next one. Has SWIFTtrip gone live? Have we launched the business? There's an answer to that. We said, no. SWIFTtrip is currently at its development phase. We are at the infant stage now, calling for what? Like minds, calling for people to come together and let us what? Build this business. Wherever you are, in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, are you a teacher, are you a lecturer, whatever your profession is, come together, let us build this. We are what? At the vision phase. And this is where it's called an opportunity. Any business you're going into and they are no longer at the vision phase, the opportunity is gone. Even if as Uber is today, they are telling you to come and buy your shares, sir, you cannot compare what you will earn to what those people that joined the business when it was nothing. You can't. You want to tell me that you that are shareholders of SWIFTtrip now, by the time we launch this business, those people that will come to buy it at the rate of 200 million, can you compare your... You can't. You can't do what? Compare. You are more valuable than them. Because without you, we won't be where we would be then. True or false? Very true. So, we are currently at the development phase, soliciting for what? Subscribers in order to facilitate business development. So, congratulations to you listening to us today. Now, how much is the subscription fee? How much is it going to cost me for me to be part of this business? Let us look at that. We say buy a node slot of how much? $250, of which we're on promo. Today's promo price is $235. So, it's increasing by $5 every 2 days. Every 2 days, so until it gets to 250. And mind you, even this 250 you're seeing here is still on promo because the actual price is how much? $200,000. So even this 250 is still on promo. So today the price is $235. And since we're working with this 250, let us look at this now. From this 250, $150 is what the company used for the project, while $100 is advertisement fee, of which you can now come and say, okay, I want to pay only $150 and not advertisement fee. No, it's not negotiable. If you're paying what? A total of $250. And by the time you've paid this amount, the company gives you what we call your global profit share or your ownership percentage. This is what you own after making this payment. And once you make this payment, the company gives you this, which is 0.0 in 5 places, 125%. Whenever transaction happen, either from the the aviation, the e-taxi, the e-commerce, the logistics, and the hospitality, it does not matter if the transaction happen in Nigeria or outside Nigeria. You're simply earning according to what? Your ownership percentage globally. Globally. Now, we say, when will SWIFTtrip go live? When are we going to launch this business? When is SWIFTtrip going to launch this business? It's very simple. Look at it on the screen. We say, SWIFTtrip profit share is 5% in volume. That is what the company is giving to every one of us. 5% in volume. And we are saying that from this 5% that has been made available, if we are able to sell 1, 2, 3 out of this 5%, we will launch the business. The question is, how many units are in this 3%? It is very simple. Look at it. We say, thus, the launch of SWIFTtrip is embedded in a milestone of what? 2.4 million units. How do we get that? You want to know? Let's look at the next slide. Since you are selling 3%, right, for the launch of this business, we will bring out 3%. What is your ownership percentage as a shareholder of SWIFTtrip? 125%. Simple. You just do 3 divided by 0.0 in 5 places, 125. Don't add percentage. If you do that, what will you get? 2,400,000 node units. It simply means if we bring 0.0000 in 5 places, 125, if we bring that figure and put it in 2.4 million places and then add it together, it will give us what? 3. That's what it simply means. Before now, we used to say 1 man to 1 unit, 1 person to 1 account. But now, we are on promo and we are giving privilege to all the shareholders of SWIFTtrip for them to own multiple units of what? Up to 10 units. And they'll be buying it what? At a cheaper rate of $150 instead of $235 that he's selling today. And we also have what we call family combo. Still going for how much? $150. If you look at it and say, oh, I want to register my children and my wife, but I don't have $325, so I don't have $235, then you can go and register at the rate of what? $150. Register your children, your wife. Amazing. All of this is in what? Support of this 20-story building we are talking about. So it's an opportunity. And mind you, this offer only lasts from now to what? August 31st. After August 31st, it's no more. It was supposed to end last month, but the shareholders of SWIFTtrip, they pleaded to the CEO for him to what? Help us extend it for the sake of those that are what? For the sake of those that are salary earners. All right. So let's look at the next slide. Initial business launch before we scale global. Initial business launch before SWIFTtrip becomes what? Viral. We are looking at where? Nigeria and what? The United Kingdom. These are the first two countries who will be launching business before we go viral. Before you start hearing SWIFTtrip launching business in other parts of the world. And that does not mean that we cannot launch in more than 2 countries. Today we want to launch the business. We can decide to also launch as well in Dubai. We can also decide to launch in where? Canada. But mind you, these are the first 2 countries of launch before we scale global. Now you can see our certificate of incorporation. We have the CAC certificate, of which you can check the registration number. We have the EFCC certificate. You see the registration number, and this is the United Kingdom certificate. The registration number is there. So you can see that we are fully certified, okay? So let's look at the next slide. What makes SWIFTtrip stand out from other companies? What makes SWIFTtrip stand out from other companies? It's very simple. Knowing that the services we are rendering are not new, we have other companies that are rendering these services. So what is that thing that will make Mr. A come and patronize SWIFTtrip and not the other company that is doing the same thing SWIFTtrip is doing? It is no other than what? PYC. We are introducing what we call the PYC. What does it stand for? Pay your customers. We are going to be the first company, globally, to put its customers on payroll, that whenever, anytime they patronize a company, they earn from those patronage. They earn from what? That patronage. We are the first company. What companies have been doing before now is KYC, and we are saying that KYC is not enough. Sama. The customers are very important, and knowing them alone is not enough. Make sure they are on payroll, that anytime they patronize the company, they earn from that what? Patronage. Now, let us look at how this PYC is going to work out. So we want to have there's a diagram on the screen. We want to use our imaginative faculty now to assume that a transaction happened in Nigeria. And this transaction that happened in Nigeria cost 8,000 naira. And because this transaction cost 8,000 naira, the company sees that amount as what? 100%. It does not matter how much the person is paying. It does not matter the cost of, what is it called? It does not matter how much the trip cost. The company sees it as what? 100%. So, this 100%, let us look at how this 100% will be shared to everybody, and also how will this customer who patronizes the company, how will he or she what? Earn from that patronage. Let's look at the slide. You can see it. The green arrow shows us the money that was paid, 100%. Now, there's a red arrow going back to the passenger. How many percent do we have there? 2%. That is the PYC we are talking about. The pay your customer. That 2% that goes back to the passenger is money that this passenger can withdraw anytime, any day, and buy whatever he or she wants to buy, without calling the international admin, without calling the company's admin, without calling the hub admin, or maybe the CEO or the financial secretary. No. He or she, remember I said it's decentralized, right? Then you have total control. So this man can withdraw this money anytime he or she pleases. It's not bonus for next ride. So 2% is out from that 100%. Let's look at the next one. You can see that green arrow going to the company. It shows you that, okay, that money was paid to the company. Now, from that money that's paid to the company, 10% goes to the company, which is SWIFTtrip. That is the platform provider. SWIFTtrip is the platform provider because we've provided our platform that connects a buyer and a seller, that connects a passenger and what? A driver. So 10% goes to the company. What is that 10% used for? It is used for the launch of business in other parts of the world. For the launch of business in China, Cameroon, India, Dubai, Italy, name it. 10% plus 2% is 7%. 12%. Now 5% goes to the shareholders of SWIFTtrip, which is you and I. That is a total of how many percent? 17%. Now the driver gets how many percent? 80%. Why? Because he will have to fuel his car, he will have to maintain his car. While you're sleeping in your house, he is on the road trying to make what? A need happen. Or trying to render a service. So 80% goes to the driver. 80% plus 17% is how many percent? 97%. Now we have 3% left. The first generation, second, third, and fourth generation of both the driver and the passenger who booked the ride, they earn. Of which the first generation is getting how many percent? 1%. The second generation is getting how many percent? 0.3%, respectively, both from the driver side and the passenger side. The third and fourth generations are getting what? 0.01%. Now, if you add it up together, 1% plus 0.3% plus 0.1% plus 0.1% is a total of 1.5%. 1.5%. Now, the same, if you add the same thing here, you get another 1.5%. This 1.5% plus this 1.5% is how many percent? 3%. 3% plus 97% that has been shared earlier on is how many percent? 100%. That is how this money is shared. And take note that the same PYC I talked about, pay your customer, applies in all of our services, both the ones that we have now and the ones that will come in the future. Okay, so you can see this is the aviation. You can see the passenger 2%. That's the PYC. The what is it called? What's this? Let me see. Okay, the e-commerce. The same thing applies. The buyer gets the buyer paid 100%, then 2% to the platform provider. Okay, this driver we're assuming he was not introduced by anyone, so that's why even his generation and him himself is not getting anything. So the 2% goes to the platform provider in this case. Okay, so also take note that the same thing applies. You can see the logistics, who was referred to by someone, and also the driver who is rendering that service is also referred to by someone. So 2% also goes to the driver, and then the hotel as well, 2% goes to the customer. All right, so that is all. The same PYC applies in all of our services. So quickly want to look at who is the brain behind this business. Who is the brain behind SWIFTtrip? Let's look at it. He is no other person than a very young and talented man, a very young and energetic man, Honorable Richard Nnadi, who is a Nigerian from Enugu State. I can't see you clapping. Please let us clap. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you can see he's, like I said, a very young and vibrant man from Enugu State, Nigeria. So many persons will look at it and say, this kind of business cannot come from Nigeria. You can see him, the founder and the CEO of SWIFTtrip. So our prayer continually for him is for God to continue to increase him in all ramifications of his life and for divine wisdom always. In Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you very much. Now let's look at the next slide. How you profit as a subscriber in SWIFTtrip. How do you profit? This is very important for those of us listening to us. This is very important. How do you profit as a subscriber in SWIFTtrip? Let's look at the slide. Now we are saying how you earn in the future. How you earn in the future. Let us dive into how you earn in the future. Now, we want to use one of the services you are rendering, which is the e-taxi, for example. E-taxi per trip profit evaluation. We are assuming still that a transaction happened. And this transaction that happened cost 8,000 naira, as you can see on the screen. Okay? 8,000 naira in Nigeria and $10 in United States of America and the USA, okay? For those of us connecting us in the US. All right? Now, you want to know if one trip happened, how much will you get? Very simple. You simply do the cost of the trip multiplied by your ownership percentage, then you get your answer. In this case, we did 8,000 naira multiplied by your ownership percentage, which is 0.0 in 5 places, 125%. If you do that, it will give us 0.0 in 3 places, 1 kobo. Then if you're working with the dollar, $10 multiplied by 0.0 in 5 places, 125%, you will get 0.0 in 6 places, 125 cents. It's very simple. It simply means for this transaction, my slide please. From this transaction that happened, you as in Nigeria, you earn 0.0 in 3 places, 1 kobo, while the one in America earns what? 0.0 in 6 places, 125 cents, which is massive. When we say Swift is going to make you a decillonaire, this is what is going to make you and I decillonaire in dollars. By the time it begins to happen in volume, knowing that the business you are building is not a local business, but rather a global business. By the time it's happening in China, in Cameroon, look at the population of India, look at the population of China. By the time it begins to happen like that, you will see that 0.0 in 3 places, 1 kobo, is going to make us a trillionaire and a decillonaire in dollars. Amazing, right? Now, quickly, want to look at how cent and kobo can make us millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires, and also decillonaires in dollars. We want to look at where we could be in 5 years from now. Where we could be in 5 years from now. Now, we want to assume that SWIFTtrip has launched business and we are in operation. We've been in operation. Today we launch business and we've operated this business for 5 years. How much will you have earned from this business in the space of these 5 years that this business has been in operation? That is what I want to look at. I want to look at a worst case scenario of performing how many trillion trips? 50 trillion trips. We are saying all the trips that happen globally in Nigeria, China, Italy, Cameroon, in Ghana, we are saying it's a total of what? 50 trillion trips. The truth is, 5 years, when we must have launched business, we must have performed more than that. But let us work with worst case scenario of 50 trillion trips. And also, we are saying all these 50 trillion trips cost 8,000 naira or $10, which you and I know it's not possible. It will cost more than that, okay? So, we are assuming it costs 8,000 naira or $10. So, since 0.0 in 5 places, 0.0 in 6 places is the profit we got from the dollar, and 0.0 in 3 places, 1 kobo was what we got from naira. We are simply multiplying 0.0 in 3 places 1 times 50 trillion trips performed worldwide. If we do that, what we get? 5 billion naira. That is what we get if we perform this transaction. Now, if we do 0.0 in 6 places, 125 cents, multiplied by 50 trillion trips, what are we getting? $6.25 million. That is the power of volume we are talking about. That is the power of what? Volume. Is anyone confused? Are we confused? Now, you can see the same person I showed this as a per trip profit, or this as a per trip profit. You can see the power of volume as yielded for this person 5 billion or $6.25 million. From how many of our service? Just one. This is what? The e-taxi that is giving us this profit. How much more? All of our services together. Then, by the time they show you your balance, sir, you will not be able to pronounce the money you have in your account. Is that not the kind of money you are looking for? That if they say, sir, daddy, how much do you have in your account? Say, my son, I cannot pronounce it. If you can pronounce it, good and fine. That is the kind of money we want. Do you know that if you're a millionaire today, sir, if you're a millionaire today, you will not be satisfied. You want to go what? You want to be a billionaire. By the time you've become a billionaire, you've stayed, let's say, 1 year, 2 years, you are still a billionaire. You will not be satisfied. You want to become what? A trillionaire. Look at Elon Musk today. Very soon, he will be the first trillionaire recorded in the world. Yet some persons are saying nobody has become a trillionaire. Very soon, give him from now till this 2020, give him from now to 2028 at most. He won't even get to 28. From now till next year, they will see that he will become what? The first trillionaire globally. And from there, maybe it will not make sense. Okay, somebody can be a trillionaire in dollars. Somebody can be a trillionaire. Now, it's very close to what becoming the first trillionaire in dollars. Now, let's quickly look at the next slide, which shows subscribers' asset growth evaluation in 5 years. How would your asset have grown in the space of 5 years after the launch of years? Now, we are showing you the power of a system that is coming to pay you consistently, repeatedly, effortlessly, even while you sleep. You do what? Earn. That is the power of what we are building. We are not telling you to come own a business that you will have to be the one to hawk your product. You will have to be the one to go sell your product. No. You are becoming part of a system that as you are sleeping, sir, you're earning. Do you know how that happens? If it's 9 in Nigeria, because it's a global business, in another country it's their business hour. You're sleeping here in the night in Nigeria. In another country, they are performing transaction and you are what? Earning. You'll be earning every milliseconds. That is the power of what we are doing. You can see what we said here. That manpower or manual labor cannot take you far. Not even too far. It cannot take you far. All right. So look at how your asset has grown. $150 has yielded for you 625 million or 5 billion naira with your ownership percent that is constant. Now you can see why we say SWIFTtrip is not going to make you a millionaire. It's not going to make you a billionaire. It's not going to make you a trillionaire. It's going to make you what? A decillonaire in dollars. Whether you believe it or not does not perturb me, but all I know is that it's going to make you what? A decillonaire in dollars. If it does not make you a decillonaire in dollars, it's going to make your children a decillonaire in dollars. Because what you are becoming part of is a transgenerational business. It's a transgenerational business. You came to this life, you met transportation, and you met buying and selling. Sir, ma, you will leave this life. It will still be in existence. I don't know how many of us have our parents that are still alive. They've left this life. And transportation is still what? In existence. My dad came to this life, he met transportation, and he's no longer in this life. Transportation is what? It's still in existence. Just like how most of us, our parents, our forefathers, they came to this life, they met with transportation, but today, they are no longer in existence, but transportation is what? Still in existence. Did you buy or sell today? It's either you're buying or you're what? Selling. Is it still not in existence? That is the business we are building. We are not building a 50 years, a business that is coming to last 50 years. It's a forever business. Let's look at the next slide. We've shown to you that Swift is going to make you a decillonaire in dollars. Now, we want to show to you how you earn in the now. We've been able to show to you how you earn in the future. How you earn in the future. Now, how you earn in the now. Now that business has not launched, there is an opportunity for you and I. Let's look at it. Now, it's very simple. We said we have a corporate global challenge. We have what? A corporate global challenge. Now, the next slide. Hello? We say the speed to our global success depends on the speed at which we collectively solve our global challenge. Okay? The speed to our global success depends on the speed at which we collectively solve our global challenge. Now, let's look at the next slide. I believe we understand this slide. We said we have a corporate global challenge. We have a corporate global challenge, and the speed to our global success depend on the speed at which we collectively solve our global challenge. All right. So let's look at the next slide. What is the challenge? What is the challenge we are having in SWIFTtrip? What is the challenge? Why haven't... Okay, I don't want to say it. Let us look at what is the challenge. 2.4 million node units to be sold is the challenge. How do we get 2.4 million units? That is why we said earlier on that this is a corporate global challenge. We have a what? Corporate global challenge. The speed to our success depends on the speed at which we what? We collectively, not individually, we what? Collectively solve this global challenge. And what is the challenge? 2.4 million node units to be sold. What's the population of people in the world today? 8 billion naira. And guess how many percent of that we need? 0.003%. That's what we need. And somebody will look at it and say it's not attainable. Is it not achievable? It is. In Nigeria alone, what's the population? Over 200 million population. And we need just what? How many percent? 0.1% or thereabout. It's not up to 1% of the population. Is it 1%? 200, over 200. I'm not saying 2 million. Over. When they say something is over, that is, it's more than that. So we are getting what? Let's just call it 1%. 1% of 2, let's assume the population is 200,400,000 persons. So the population is what? 1% population. All right. And somebody is saying it's not possible. It's very, very possible. All right. So that is that. Let's look at the next slide. We also tell you that as a shareholder, every time you solve a unit of this challenge, you get what? Paid. You get paid whenever you solve a unit of this challenge. Now let's look at the next slide. How do you solve the challenge? That's the question that they are asking us this morning. How do you solve the challenge? Very simple. We say become an active campaigner, sell unit of SWIFTtrip shares, and earn big from SWIFTtrip campaign pool fund. There's a pool fund available for you and I. Become the mouthpiece of SWIFTtrip and do what? Earn massively from SWIFTtrip campaign pool fund. The question is, what is the pool fund available for you and I? Let's look at that. You see, $238,867,800. That is what is available for you and I. See, SWIFTtrip campaign sponsorship pool fund is $238,867,800. The question is, how much do you want to fetch from here? Remember earlier on, I said that $100 is used for what? Advertisement. How did we get this, if you're asking? We simply did $100 multiplied by unsold unit of SWIFTtrip. Gave us what? This figure. So, that is that. Let's look at the next slide. We said SWIFTtrip campaign pays. How you earn as a campaigner from SWIFTtrip campaign sponsorship pool fund. Earlier on, I also told us that you earn what? Up to your 4th generation. Now, the first generation gets what? $70. The second generation gets $15. The third generation gets what? $10. And the fourth generation gets $5. Let us count it. 70 plus $15 is how many dollars? Sorry? $85 plus $10. Plus $5, $100. This is shared. This will be shared like this when we've gotten to what? $250. Remember I told us that we're on promo and it's increasing by $5 every 2 days. And the price for today is what? $235. Now, it simply means right now, direct referral earning is not $70, but rather how much? $50. So it will only get to $70 when the price has gotten to $250, because the slide we are using for this presentation now is the updated slide. Okay? So we don't want to be putting $50 here. Since we are coming to this, let us put the current dollar. But this one still remains the same. If this is 50, 15, 10, and 5 remains the same. Because what we are sharing now is $80. Okay? So that is that. I believe we understand this. Thank you very much. Now, let's look at the next slide, because there is still more available for you and I to earn. So we say extra campaign cash award. If you look at it, and maybe you have community, you're in a community, I think this August meeting, or what do they call it, this women meeting. Maybe you're a man and you're in your village community meeting, and I don't know, you just have crowd. You have a means of reaching out to crowd. And you're able to talk to 50 persons. Or you're able to share the idea to people. You register 1, you register 2, 3, 4, 20, 30, 40, 50. The company calls you and says, Mr. Frank, please come. We want to appreciate you for all you do for Suri. But remember, from these 50 persons, how much did you earn from them? $70, right? Or $50 if you're talking about now. Now the company still calls you and say, Mr. Frank, come on. We want to say thank you for all you do for SWIFTtrip. Use this $50 to use this $50. You just take this $50. It's a little appreciation from the company to you. How many of us know that? I believe we have people that have won this. Shareholders that are in the house today. We can attest that there are people that have won this. Lot of people. This rather. So once you win this, the company tells you and say thank you very much, and you are seen as SWIFTtrip runner. Okay. Now if we go to the next one, you talk to more persons, 50, 51, 52. 100, 200, 3, 4, 500 persons. The company appreciates you and say, Mr. Frank again, come. Take this $1,000. It's a token we are giving to you to say thank you for all you do for SWIFTtrip, for advertising SWIFTtrip, for running with this business. And the company sees you and call you what? The icon of SWIFTtrip. It's just one person that has won this. Nobody has won this. And this is what? You can only get this $10,000 when you talk to how many persons? 500 persons directly under you. You register them directly under you. The company consider you to be what? The face of SWIFTtrip, and you're giving that little token. So if you sum up all the money, advertisement bonus you got from here, plus all of these, you will see that you're already earning good millions. True or false? So what does that tell you? That even now that we've not launched the business, there is still, if you're serious with the campaign of SWIFTtrip, you have the opportunity to do what? Earn massively. And what? Massively from the business. So you shouldn't joke with SWIFTtrip for any reason. Do not joke with SWIFTtrip for any reason. So let's look at the next slide. We say do not miss SWIFTtrip profit share offer for any reason. Don't miss it. Don't let your teacher, don't let your mentor, your pastor, your parents talk you out from what? This business. Like I said earlier on, some of us, our parents, missed out on a life-changing opportunity. Businesses that would have made us what? Financially buoyant as we speak today. That is why it's very important we do not make that same mistakes, our parents. And what's the reason? What could be some of the reasons why they made the mistake? They said what? It does not make sense to them. They do not understand it. And then they missed out on an opportunity that would have helped you and I for life. So we say do not miss SWIFTtrip profit share offer for any reason. Don't let anyone talk you out. Be responsible for the decision you will make in SWIFTtrip. So you want to subscribe in SWIFTtrip. How do you do that? Make your payment of $250 or $235 in SWIFTtrip. Send your payments to what? The company's account. 200-460-7389. That's the company's account number. Please do not send your money to an individual account. Please, we beg you. Don't do that. And once you do that, you send your proof of payment to the person that told you about SWIFTtrip, and then alongside your full name, your phone number, and your email. So let us quickly go to the website in case you want to make your payment via USDT. And you need your wallet. All right, my slide. All right, so you can see this. This is the company's website, www.seedinvest.swifttripcampaign.com. And please, if it's your first time of going to the website, do well to read this disclaimer before you close it. Okay? So you can see. All right, let's start with this. Now you can see the number of node units sold, and you can see the available units. So this was how we got the advert bonus. We did $10 multiplied by this, and it gave us that 286 plus we saw there. Now you want to make your payment of, look at the price today, $235. Anytime you want to make your payment, make sure you go to the website and check. You will see the current price, okay? So the price today is $235. Now you want to make this payment to the company account. You want to convert to Naira. How do you do that? You see what we have here, USD inflow. You multiply whatever you're seeing in this USD inflow by whatever you have here. Today is $235. So you do 1,544 multiply, I think it has increased. Before it was 1,534. Now it's 544. Multiply it by this. Whatever it gives to you is what you will pay to the company's account. Okay? And you can see this rocket already showing us that is moving closer to what? Or it will soon rocket or skyrocket to what? $250. So this USD outflow, that USD outflow there, is what the company used to pay your advert bonus, okay? If you want to withdraw, let's assume you told someone about it and you want to withdraw your $70. Just multiply 70 by anything you have here in the USD outflow. Whatever it gives to you, that's what the company will pay to you, okay? So, let's move forward. So you want to copy the company's account, you just click on this box, it's copy, that's a Nigerian account, pay to SWIFTIFY Technologies LTD. Don't pay to another company, okay? Now, copy, you want to pay via USDT, TRC20, click on this box. You want to pay via BEP20, click on this. You want to pay via BTC, click on that box in front of it, then it's copied. So this is an instruction for registration. So let's just skip that. And let me just read it from here. So registration instruction. We say to register as SWIFTtrip shareholder, first, know that you cannot register yourself into the system without the help of an existing shareholder. Just like I said, you cannot just go and say, nobody told you about SWIFTtrip. No, somebody must tell you about SWIFTtrip. Thus, we do not go by sharing registration link. So simply make your payment of $250 or, for today, $235 to the company's account, which you should get above. Which you should get above. Sorry about that. Which you should get above. Then forward your proof of payment, first name, last name, email address, and phone number, no nickname, to your sponsor. Who is your sponsor? Your sponsor is that person that told you about SWIFTtrip. Okay? He or she will on your behalf contact the hub admin or international admin to process your registration. And if in 24 hours you have not received your login details or proper direction on how to access your SWIFTtrip node account, then proceed to contact 080-666-95332. And for further enquiries or assistance, contact our support admin at 0818-9835709. Let us grow SWIFTtrip together and usher in unprecedented wealth. Okay? So that is that. And let's look at this. Amazing. So this is for our 20-story building that is ongoing in River State here, Port Harcourt. And we call it Swift Homes. Swift Homes. Look, I see 20-story hospitality project as the hotel. Now, it's a loan program, and this flyer you're seeing was for last month. You're seeing 30 to 50% ROI, but now it's no longer 30 to 50%, but rather 25 to 20% ROI. So the project you're looking at is a 10.9 billion project, land secured already, worth 900 million naira. And for now, as a last month, the minimum investment, the minimum loan investment you can give to the company is 1 million naira. But this month of August, which is the second batch, we've reduced it to 300,000 naira. It's now open for everybody, both shareholders and non-shareholders. So if you have 300,000 naira, you can support the company. If you are a shareholder, you will get 25% ROI in 3 months. The day you made your payment, your 3 months starts counting. And as a non-shareholder, maybe you heard of the opportunity and you love it, you want to be part of it. So what you will get is 20% ROI in 3 months. So you have your money in the bank instead of leaving it in the bank for it to depreciate, because definitely bank will charge you for, what is it called? Electronic fee. They will charge you for SMS. Birthday, they will send you birthday. They will still deduct it. They will send you birthday SMS. They will still deduct it. Maintenance fee and a whole lot. So that will go a long way. All of this is in support of the 20-story building. And if you want to do it, you want to participate, just, you see, Swift Homes 20-story loan program application form. Download the MOU from, I think this slide was updated, and I'm just seeing it. Okay, you can't download the form anymore from the website. We have the digital form. So if you need it, you can just chat the admin and your MOU will be prepared. Okay? MOU template. This, if you click on this, download this, you will see how your MOU will look like. So to prepare your MOU, request form. Request your form via WhatsApp. So click on that WhatsApp, then you will get your online form, of which you can then fill and then proceed with your payment. All right, so these videos are videos that helps us in having more understanding of the loan program. This particular one will give you more understanding of how the loan program will work. Why this one will, okay, this is when the CEO was addressing us from the land itself, when it was addressing the shareholders of SWIFTtrip. Why these two videos will help you understand more about SWIFTtrip. So it's available for us to go watch on Facebook, on the website, okay? All right, so this other one is showing us, I don't think this can work. Okay, it works. All right, so this other one is showing us about our meeting. SWIFTtrip, we are always live on Telegram, 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. every day. Okay, on Telegram. We did meeting this morning before this one. So tonight again, we'll be doing another meeting. Today is Saturday, so there will not be meeting tomorrow morning, but there will be meeting tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. So do well to join and make it a habit not to come alone. Invite someone. Share the idea to someone. As you are sharing the idea, inviting them to the meeting, we will do the talking. That is what we are meant to do. We will do the talking on your behalf. All you just need to do is to invite them to the meeting. We have a lot of speakers that will help us do the talk. And if they're registering, they're not registering under us. They are registering under you who told them about SWIFTtrip. So together, like we said earlier on, it's a collective effort. Together, let us all make this work. So that is that, and you can just go through the website and you will get every other details that you need, okay? So this is it. So I've already explained all of this. Send your proof of payment to your sponsor, full name, phone number, and email. Then your registration will be done. While the next slide shows us how we can book for our ticket on Saturday, for next Saturday, by just sending your name to this number and your ticket will be booked. Amazing. So that brings us to the end of today's presentation, and it's time for questions. Please, a round of applause for yourself. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for listening to us. And please, a round of applause for me who has presented this afternoon. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate your effort. So this is a very important time, which is the question and answer. I don't know if at the course of the presentation there is any question you would want to ask. This is the time to ask the question, and we will give you an answer to that question. Time for question. All right, sir. You can sit, please. It's the same thing now. It's the same thing. It's just to preserve those other stress of writing. It's the same thing that goes there. Let's look at the slide. And I know it's not the first time you're seeing this slide. You just want to take me back. It's not the first. How will you say it's the first time? He says the first time you're seeing this slide. It's the first time you're seeing this slide. It's not possible, because even when we've not updated to this slide, we've been using this slide. This is aviation. In aviation, is there a driver in aviation? There's no driver now. So the percentage that is supposed to come to the driver goes to the company. That's why you're getting the 80%. 80 plus 15%. That is how many percent? 91. What am I saying? 91.5%. Right? 91.5% goes to from whatever this person paid, which is 100%, right? 91.5 goes to this place, this person. 5% goes to this person. 2% goes, oh yeah, let's use our calculator so we'll calculate it. $91.5 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1.5. Is it not the same 100? The same what? 100. Now let's go to the next one. This is the merchant. 97% goes to the person who is selling. That's why if you listen to me, I said, okay, 97% goes to where? Merchant. Who is the merchant? The person who is selling. That is the service provider. 2%. That 2% that was supposed to go to the passenger, the person who is booking, goes to where? The company. Right? Then 5% goes, let's use our calculator, 97 plus 5. Sorry? Plus 2%. Are we calculating? 97 plus 5. Sorry? I think there's a mistake on this slide. There's a mistake on this slide. This is 1%, this is 3%. Yeah. I will call the attention of the CEO to it. So, I think there's a mistake on this particular slide. So let's look at the next one. There's a mistake there. Okay, I think this is correct. 80, 10, 5. Okay, this is just logistics, so this is correct. This is 3, right? Plus 10. Okay, this is 12, 15. Okay, this is just like the e-taxi. So this is correct. This is the logistic. Let's see the hospitality. Okay, this is correct as well. I think there's a mistake on the other slide. Thank you very much for drawing my attention to that. What's this slide again? Let me see. E-commerce. Okay. All right, so any other question? All right, sir. Yeah. Do you know ABC Transport? Did you not see that zinc that they fenced around that? Oh, no. The zinc. Just see ABC Transport by the side. There's a zinc. We've already zinc fenced it. If you check there, if you even enter, you see our signpost there. Yes, we will bulldozer that place. Some of them are already leaving. Did you check? Some of them are already leaving. So, all right. Good morning, ma. Afternoon. Loan. No, it's when the person will pay for loan never earn. Now you won't earn. No, it's not like that. You invite me now. I put, let's say, 10 million naira. You're getting how many percent? 3% of that. I'm getting. Let's assume I did that last month. I'm getting 45%. You're getting 5%. It's when they pay me, you will also earn.
More and earn up to 35% ROI. 10M plus, get that full 35%. Not a shareholder yet? No problem. Invest 300K or more and get a solid 20% ROI in 3 months.
Plus a 3% referral bonus for shareholders. It's partnership.
Yeah.
It's family.
Invest now. Own a piece of the future.
Listen, this isn't just about real estate. This is Swift Homes, building wealth. Don't just watch others build wealth. Be part of this future. Invest in SWIFTtrip now.
We bound right to the top. Right to the top!
Welcome to the SWIFTtrip studio, where vision meets opportunity. Today, we're unveiling something massive. $2 billion in fundraising to bring Swift homes to life. Shareholders.
This awesome place we've got. This is just a section of it. Over that way, as you can see on the drone, just close to the express. It's an amazing sight. And I do say thank you to the able shareholders of SWIFTtrip who have believed in this cause. All through since 2021, we've been saying we will. And today, we are at the center of Port Harcourt City, owning a massive plot of land where we're going to be erecting a 20-story hospitality facility, which will be called the Swift Homes. It's incredible, and once again, it's all credit to you, the able shareholders of SWIFTtrip. So we give glory to God Almighty for bringing us this far. And right now, we've been able to create plans on how this project is going to kick off massively. And it's going to be an opportunity that you, as a shareholder of SWIFTtrip, can leverage in. Please take note, if you're not a shareholder of SWIFTtrip, you can partake in this program. And we encourage you, if you would be interested in leveraging on this opportunity, then you must first sign up as a shareholder of SWIFTtrip. Now, we've given the opportunity for shareholders to buy minimum of extra 10 nodes, which would not be dummy nodes. If you're hearing dummy nodes for the first time, it means you're new to SWIFTtrip. Now, the dummy nodes were sold in the past to our able shareholders for kind of a boost in their profits. They bought it low and could be sold at whatever, $200,000, as the case would be at the launch of SWIFTtrip, for those who were able to keep theirs to that time. So for persons who are selling even their dummy nodes now, it has been so profitable to them. But what we're talking about are exclusive extra node units that are going to pay you the same way that share you own now will pay you. The dummy nodes can't do that for you. The dummy nodes must be resold, but these nodes will pay you for life. And it's incredible. So we're giving you that privilege. I know many people have been feeling somehow, knowing that those persons who would be the